A head teacher from Derbyshire says strike action may be an option to get the government to give schools more money. Cheryl Smart says heads could take the very rare step of walking out because their budgets have been cut to the bone.
Well, an ITV News survey shows the struggles head teachers are facing and their lack of trust in those at the top. Our education correspondent Peter Bean has this exclusive report.
Is that man taking a picture of you?
Here at Alfreton Park Community Special School, there's no shortage of happy children and dedicated staff. What head teacher Cheryl Smart says she is desperately short of, though, is money. Within a couple of years, she fears her school budget may slip into deficit.
I do feel very passionate about trying to make good opportunities for our young children, and I feel that I'm not able to do that as I would wish. So therefore, I feel that combination of anger, frustration, I feel upset, everything really.
Mrs Smart says her school in Derbyshire has had no real increase in basic funding for 5 years, while the gap between what she receives and what she's having to spend, she says, has gone up 11% in 3 years. Unable to afford so many staff, she's had to increase class sizes. The squeeze has also meant fewer school trips and fewer opportunities for pupils to go on work experience. There's less cash too for equipment like these rise and fall tables designed to make life easier for students in wheelchairs.
We need more of these, but obviously they cost a lot of money, so we're having to wait until we can afford some more. We've already cut everything we can cut, so now I'm left in a position I don't know what I can cut without damaging the health and safety of our young people in the school. Good morning, everyone.
It comes as a new ITV News survey reveals the financial challenges facing our school leaders. Working with a campaign group, Worth Less, we've gained the views of nearly 2,000 teachers nationwide. 87% say they have less money in real terms than last year. 84% say they're less able to support pupils with special needs now than they were 3 years ago. And 80% say their teachers are contributing their own money to pay for resources in class. Campaigners for better school funding say it's damaging children's education.
We desperately need schools to be funded properly. Children get one chance at education, and currently they're being failed by a system that refuses to fund them adequately.
The government says it's spending record amounts on schools. Next year it will be £43.5 billion. But critics say that doesn't take into account inflation and rising pupil numbers. Last year, the independent think tank, the IFS, said school funding since 2010 had actually fallen 8% in real terms. And among the head teachers who took part in our survey, less than 1% said they trusted what the government says about school budgets. Head teachers aren't known for kicking up a stink, but last September, thousands marched on Parliament in a protest over funding. And thoughts are now turning to more desperate measures.
I think it has got to the point where, as heads we have to, look at other action, whether that's strike action or whether that's something else, I don't know.
Strike action by head teachers? Is that really something that could happen?
It's very, very rare, but I think everything is being cut to the point where heads don't feel they can do the job anymore.
In class today, the children were learning what they need to make a pizza. Cheryl Smart fears that without more money, she won't be able to meet the needs of her children. Peter Bean, ITV News, Alfreton.